Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for joining us. I can see Moth, I can see Avril, I can see Tatenda. Welcome, welcome. Please tell us where you're joining us from. It's a lovely afternoon, and your host again, Africa STEM Queen, Miss Kim. Miss Kim, joining you live from Botswana, beautiful city, Gaborone. And we're here again to discuss our very favorite topic that we want to make sure that from Cape to Cairo, we can all leverage on the digital economy. So please join us. Bring on your questions. I'm happy to respond. I hope we are live on all our platforms. Tell us which platform you're joining us from. Tell us which city, which village. And of course, tell us how you're utilizing digital platforms. Which one are you active? What exactly are you doing? Are you a champion of change? So here we are, and we're looking at the current wave. And of course, it's important for us to sit back and not allow this wave to miss, to just sail by. I hope you can excuse my noisy dogs. They're part of this. They're joining us. Wow. I'm just gonna try and close one door. So we have dogs that like fighting with monkeys, and I think it's their afternoon session for them to have some fun. So please, I'm happy to respond to some questions, but I'm just go straight and introduce the topic of the day, where we of course looking at. Sometimes it sounds quite exciting. Sometimes it might sound so far fetched when everybody is talking about we need to make money on the clouds. And of course, we're looking at a passive income that we all need to make sure there's some little money that's just, it's such a beautiful thing when you wake up in the morning and see some $20, $50, $200. It adds up, it builds. But then let's look at how do we get there? Where do we start? It's one thing to know you can make money on the cloud. It's another thing to know what steps do you need to follow. And of course, as we say, don't chase money, build systems. Build systems that can make money just come to you. So it calls for us to be much more strategic than just to have it as a cool thing to say. The digital space, it's an equalizer. It doesn't matter which part of the world you are in, which village you come from, as long as you have access to one big thing, a smartphone. I won't even talk about laptops, just a smartphone. And the other one is, of course, you need internet. And right now, we've seen within the continent of Africa, we are on 92% smartphone penetration. That means like literally every household has a smartphone. That's a great asset that you can look into. How do I utilize that? Then I've seen as I travel within the continent, we have so many hubs now, tech hubs, which governments and private sector, civil societies are building to ensure that this is a safe space that you can go and co-create, meet other creators or other tech enthusiasts and learn and build that app, build that website, build and create that content and monetize. So let's look into what exactly does it take for us to build wealth within the digital space? So there's wealth to be created, but let's first start unpack the mindset shifts. We need to first focus on that mindset transformation. We shift from hustling to building. Let's not keep looking at it like a side hustle. It's a gig that I'm constantly doing. If we can shift our minds to make it, look at it as a business. If we can shift our minds to accept technology and not look at it like this big disruptor that is affecting humanity, not look at it like I need to be a tech person for me to do it, that can truly change. Especially currently, you don't need to be a programmer. That's what we're asking for. No, you just need to have the right mindset. Then, of course, it's important for us to have systems. And that's what we want to focus on today. We need to build systems. And this actually goes to, it doesn't matter what business you are in. If you don't build systems, that means you have no foundation for your business. Then there are practical tools which helps you implement and be able to be much more productive on your everyday strategies that you're putting in place. And as you've shifted your mindset, you want to embrace technology, but then obviously you need tools. So besides the tools that I mentioned, like having a smartphone, having internet, you also need to know which online platforms can I get on? How can I be more productive? Which platforms can help me? Obviously, when we talk about the language learning models, we have a lot of use cases for each different platform. And it's upon you to analyze and see the use cases as per the needs on what you want to get into. So this journey is super transformative. Fundamentally, the shift is there. And we want to dismantle the old myths and reveal the powerful truths and equip you with actionable systems that can help you make money when you're sleeping. I'd love to know, to all of you listening, can you please tell me which platforms are you using? Anybody using ChatGPT? Anybody using Perplexity? Anybody using Cloud? What exactly are you using? Are you using any of those platforms? Are you learning from them? It's important for us to keep on practicing, and this is one of the key things that we train within our workshops. It's one thing to just understand there are several language learning models, but which one works best and how do you utilize it? So let's first go deeper on the mindset shift. You need to understand something that has changed. And this is not a bubble that's going to burst. This is not a wave that's just here when we talk about artificial intelligence. This is a platform, this is a space, it's an economy, it's a transition that enables you to create wealth. And not anymore by working hard, it's actually literally by working smart. So, this what it takes is for you to focus. You don't just shift your mindset, but you focus and you look into anything that you want to work on. How can you easily automate that? So, from strategy to not just looking at this strategy, not just looking at it as a side hustle. So you don't need to be all over. You need to be very focused, work on a strategy, build systems, and make sure that you can also look into what gaps do I need to fill. There's obviously it sounds like a cliche, like it's super overrated. Skilling, getting the right skills is very critical. You can have the perfect tools, you can go and get the MacBook, you can have the fastest internet, but if you have the skills, and the skills that we mostly focus on is you will need to be very equipped on artificial intelligence. And don't look at it like you must go to school for 3 months, you must go to school for 1 year for you to get the skills. No. I love emphasizing on get the basics and then learn as you do. The best skill that you can ever learn is by practicing what you're learning every day. So we introduce you to the foundation where you need to start with just getting the basics, which is most important skills on when it comes to artificial intelligence. You really need to understand what is prompt engineering. We have courses that some of them we give for free. Right now we have a free course. I think it's free until 1st of November. So we open within our platform a gap that we give you that because we have so many people that actually look at it as a maze. They don't believe or they don't think that AI really works. They still look at ChatGPT as that thing, a cliche. Um, they don't focus on understanding how to use it. If you don't get to know how to use AI, it's going to be garbage in, garbage out. So it's a very important skill for you to know how do you prompt it? How do you communicate with AI? How do you make sure it does not hallucinate? Which are the right prompts to use? How do you literally communicate with this platform? Which platform do you need for a particular strategy, for a particular, let's say, like content creation? Let's say you're doing proposals for you to get a job. Do you understand how to create your AI agents? How do you feed them? How do you make sure that they can focus and give you specifically what you want? Then from there, we also train deeply. So now you've understood how to use AI. You know how to prompt engineer. You know how to create your content. You need to understand how to build a few little tools. Can you do a proposal? So we introduce you to other platforms like Gamma. Gamma is very good. You can create from a PDF that's super classy to a PowerPoint presentation. You can also create a mini website. Then, of course, we have Lovable. These are the two that we mostly focus on. You easily learn how to build your little website, your little proposals, your portfolio using Gamma AI. And then you can still use it as your mini website. You can put it out. You can also use it for your content creation. You can build very nice slides for your LinkedIn platform using this. And then now this Lovable, as you advance, you get to know different tools. Lovable is super, super good for creating really world-class websites. You don't need to be a coder, you don't need to be a programmer. It's vibe coding. That's what we call it. And it's super easy. You just need to be very creative, very focused. Just harness the art of communication and you'll be able to create a world-class website. Then from there, we transition you to digital marketing. And this is where now you will need to understand how to make money. So you know how to use AI, you know how to create all this. You can create so many tools that you can actually monetize. There are so many people that like when you do it for them, like just getting little tools that people, it could be assisting parents with homework tools that you can create using AI, using Gamma, and you upload them on Lovable. And then we obviously have so many different platforms that you can utilize to market your product. So now it's one thing to get to understand these tools where you can market your product, like we use Gumroad, we also use System.io. Now, as we use these platforms to market these digital tools, you can upload as many. I started with making a mistake. At some point, I just got so obsessed on creating courses and creating ebooks. I have close to 100 children ebooks and courses. And I uploaded most of them. I had an e-commerce website, which didn't help me much. It's one thing to create a world-class e-commerce website. It's another thing to take it to the market. And then I put them on Gumroad, and I still didn't sell as much as I was hoping to sell. Yes, here and there, you wake up and see these $20, somebody bought something else, $40. But it takes time to add up. So the real key skill that you really need to get in all these, it's digital marketing. Digital marketing is critical because these tools, as long as you're not taking them to the market, there's no one to buy them. So now, when we talk about digital marketing, you blend in as you put this your product on the platforms. Remember, we're talking about automating processes so that you make money when you're sleeping or you get to make some passive income. You understand how to use sales funnels. Now, sales funnels make it very easy for you to reach to the clients where you automate the process, literally from getting leads, for instance, getting leads from Facebook or LinkedIn or YouTube or TikTok. And those leads straight up go get on your platform, which is could be your website or your Gumroad or your System.io, whatever the portal you have for marketing those. And straight up, the client sees and gets a link, gets a prompt that is through a chatbot that's prompting the client. Look at this book. We've seen you actually browsed on a book on AI. How about you also look at on a course on digital marketing? How about you look at this other course on cybersecurity? Because this is critical. So straight up, it will communicate and it is sent the client that information. So creating these chatbots where you actually getting them to lead the client up to the purchasing process and prompting the client again. You can set up the system that every week or twice a week, the client is sent. Anybody who crawled on your website is sent a reminder. You looked at this product, but you didn't purchase. We have a special coming up. Why don't you get this one this time? Right now, we're looking at Black Friday, and there's a lot of hype that's usually generated within that time. Now, when you create and you train your AI agents, you train your chatbots, they're able to look into We see you on Facebook and you're constantly following people who are creating courses. Could you be keen on getting into that business? We've seen your profile, you're a teacher. So why don't you start coaching? Why don't you start a tuition center? Why don't you start a coding club within your school? And then the chatbot takes you straight to where you can get that content, right? Now, when it prompts you to get that content, it will keep on feeding you because the algorithm can see it feeds off what you keep on touching, keep on looking at. So think about that. So you start attracting clients, and that is where now there's your email marketing that's still linked into this. So they're getting it's automated. You're getting emails sent to you twice a week. You're getting messages. You're getting when you look on your Facebook, that's exactly what you keep on seeing because you're already synchronized with the chatbot getting to understand this is what you need. So does that make it look more realistic on how you can start creating some passive income? Because these people will come, look at what you're selling and purchase. And guess what happens? In most cases, when you give very good service, people will go and tell others, right? They buy one product, they come back and buy others. We have some very nice posters I created like 4 years ago. Beautiful. They're actually for children on kids learning what is a website, what is coding, what is a robot. Beautiful charts. You can see them on our Gumroad. So at some point, they're just collecting dust on my laptop. And I went like, how about if I sell them even $5? And then I package them. Guess what? Because once you package, you make it even more affordable. I've had even schools getting on that platform and downloading. And where are these people from? Most of my clients are actually in the US because I'm very active on LinkedIn. And I think the highest users of LinkedIn or consumers of that platform are in Asia and in the States. So these are people who, when you're talking about buy a package at $49 and you're selling 20 posters or 30 posters, that is pocket change. And this is what we're emphasizing on. Make sure that you're making money with US dollars. Make sure that whatever you've put out there, you are attracting people that are interested in this product. So let's look at how do you manage your time? How do you make sure that then this gets doable? Because it sounds all good, but I can promise you, it's not overnight riches. We're not talking about it's not a scheme. It's not get rich quickly. There's work to be done. So it takes you to be extremely strategic and extremely organized. And what helps you get organized? Back to AI. You build your AI agent, you come up with strategies, and then you ensure where you say, this project, for it to come to fruition and for me to start making money, I have my 30 days challenge. Within these 30 days, and all this you're using your AI agent that now you've created, your custom GPT, as we call them. And I think right now they're available even on the free platform of ChatGPT. So this custom GPT, you get it, you feed it information, which I actually prefer when I speak to it rather than typing. We usually sit and have a conversation. And for me, my best strategy is even when I tell AI, can you ask me questions? Because sometimes you can be so blank. I want to make money. I know what I want to market, but where do I start? So have that conversation and get this GPT to help you come up with a strategy. So this I'm looking at, I want to be making $5,000 every month. So within 30 days, what strategies where do I start? What exactly do I need to do? Should I start with writing a book? Should I start with creating a course? Should I start with doing my market research? What should come first? Now, when you get that strategy, put it down. Be very strategic on where you say, I'm still a student or I still have my day job. I can only put 2 hours in a day. Be very clear. Be very elaborate. Get it down to 30 minutes. I can only commit 30 minutes. I'll need to use 1 hour to learn, and then I'll need to use 1 hour to do. One of the things I love so much encouraging people, don't wait until you build the foundation of your house up to the roof that you're getting in your roofing. No, this house We just put foundation and we get inside there. We're going to build walls and put windows when we are right in there. Don't wait until your house is finished. Not within this AI rush. What if you're waiting to roof a house that can never see the sun? It's not conducive environment. And this is where when you use AI, it teaches you first research on the market. You want to get into courses, you want to create, you want to do your music, you want to do your drama, your videos, you want to be a content creator, whatever you want to do, however you want to monetize, start with the skills that you have or learn a skill. It works very well if you blend in your skill with your hobby. Look at sometimes things that you like, but remember, it's not always the case. Sometimes we have to do even things that we don't like because we know there are bills to be paid. Then, as you look into that, feed it on the platform, be very clear that I want to start chicken farming and I want to start this chicken farm in Francistown. Francistown has a population of 100,000 people. Can I make money? This is the income for people in that location. The next minute, can you start promoting your business even before you buy the first chicks? Just put it out there. Create a nice flyer. Put it on Facebook. See how many phone calls you'll get. Test the market. You can do your 30 days challenge, sometimes with different products. I do 7 days, others I do 30 days, others I do 90 days. Because sometimes, this is a huge project. It might take me another 60 days before my phone rings. And if my phone doesn't ring, if I put 60 days, nobody's interested, it's time for me to move on. Now, focusing so much on, remember, even if what you're creating is on a digital product that you can monetize online, even that chicken farm, for people to come to you, create an enabling environment. Make sure that you can sell through referrals, that hotels can see you and place orders even before your chicks hatch, right? So you need to come up with a way that constantly there's a product that's out there that you're promoting, that you're waiting for a phone call. Somebody would call you or somebody would get on your online platform and purchase that product. This is a race against time. It's a race against time. You got to be quick, you got to be agile. You got to make sure that there's a product out there. And if you go for your 90 days, the product is not working, you didn't spend much. You're not going to say, I had spent $10,000, I invested in this and that. No, you just go back to the drawing board and do your research first, where 90% this product, the market needs it, which that is everything that AI helps you do. So create your GPT agent who is your coach, your business partner, your strategist, right? Then, obviously, there are many other tools that you can use to make sure your cash flow is aligned. And how I make sure that my cash flow is aligned is I create products that I can get monthly clients to put in some money. So some of our training modules, we get clients to subscribe for 1 year, others is for 3 years. You build that community because the AI space is extremely dynamic. Things change every day. So you have clients that constantly want do it for me or give me some advice. So you need to look at your product and come up with subscription models or tiered pricing structures where I have clients who can buy this for $20. I have others who can buy this other tire that is much more sophisticated for $50. And I also have clients that can buy this for $100. So you need to have a diversified revenue stream so that every day cash is king. There's some money coming up. Then, of course, I can only keep on emphasizing everything is hard. Choose your hard. I have seen it. I have met so many people that are scared of getting on social media. It's a muscle that is important for you to build. However, with the current wave of AI, you can get away with it. You can have you can actually record your voice. There are so many people who are doing faceless videos that are there talking to people, advising, helping, but you never see this person. So you can get into that. But there's a stronger impact because people relate to people. When people see you, just get on the platform, talk about your product. So you can have videos that you record. And remember, these videos you record once. Right now, if you look at my YouTube platform, I'll create a video. Like right now, I'm live. This, I'll later on download it and share on so many other social media platforms, including clients who are interested in joining us. Anybody who is asking me about my workshop, I'll tell them, you can get to learn a lot about this workshop from this video. So look at how I'm growing my platform and I'm still recruiting clients. So once you build these systems, you will have the videos that you're doing as your lead magnets that can convert. And this also builds social proof. It's so important that builds trust. You automate the process that straight up that video can get on other platforms. And at the same time, you are building that social proof. I see a lot of people know me from LinkedIn. I go for workshops, different parts of this continent. And I'll meet people approaching me saying, you look very familiar. I actually know you from LinkedIn. So look at that. I see when I apply for some projects, people do their due diligence on me. And most people, they find me where? They'll get to know, can we trust her? What does she talk about? So you need to work on your brand. You need to know that your brand is what people will talk about even when you're not in the room. So that needs to speak loudly. So back to the emphasis on the tools. Automate your lead generation. Use AI tools like ChatGPT. There are so many. Come up with automate processes like the email marketing. There are many platforms. You can use MailChimp, this converter kit. We're currently using System.io, which is very good and quite affordable, even for email marketing. And then, of course, make sure that you can monetize your expertise. Don't wait until the house is complete. As you start making sure that there's a little tool. Don't wait until you have 100 books. Don't wait until you have 20 courses. You can even start with one, just one course. Then obviously build your digital infrastructure. That is critical. So make sure that Gumroad that you're using, that System IO, whether you're using ThinkFi, Kajabi, whichever platform, you keep on putting what we call the evergreen content. Maybe every 2 3 months, put another tool. It's also very important for you to make sure that you're giving. I give a lot of free content. People will still come. Sometimes I get some of my colleagues going like, you've given everything. Why would people come for the workshop? People don't pay for information anymore. It's free, it's available. If you get online, there are so many free courses. But people need those actionable items. They want to do it for you. And that is why our workshops are extremely interactive. Everybody comes with a laptop. Everybody creates. From the minute you walk in, you're building. By the time you leave, you're very clear. It wasn't just like, this is how we do prompt engineering. This is how this platform can help you. This is the difference between this one and the other one. No, you've already learned how to do it. So remember, as you build all this, it is so important for you to measure. What gets measured gets done. You won't know the impact of what you're doing if you're not looking at how many impressions did I get on my Facebook? How many did I get on my LinkedIn? How many people visited my website? Which area did they come from? Marketing is now data driven. What if you realize that actually nobody visits my website from Botswana? Everybody, 90% they're from South Africa. Then you get to know. Because remember, with this the digital economy, it doesn't matter which part of the world you are. If you realize, no, most people that visit my platform are actually from UK, then focus on that market. Next, look at what do people from UK want. So this is a great opportunity, and especially for people in Africa and especially our youth. It's a huge digital revolution. It's exploding. Currently, we're looking at 180 billion US dollars. That's some money expected to be made just 2025. And for mobile users, thinking about 90% smartphone penetration, that's big. We don't have any excuses. So let's build smart. Let's automate wisely. Let's make sure we earn intentionally. Let's make sure we get to collaborate, we go out and network with people, we get the skills that we need. Now, I mentioned and I emphasized on we work on your getting the skills on AI, getting the skills on digital marketing. Now, the that skill, which is so critical, it's for you to understand. We have so many cyber criminals, so you need to get to know, how do I tighten up my tool to make sure that the predators cannot come and I wake up the next day, my website is gone. So it is so important for you to get some skills on cybersecurity. So we're going to train you on cybersecurity, digital marketing, artificial intelligence. We'll also give you a lot of tools that you can use those hard books and you get step by step on how do I work on this and that. And then the other thing that we make sure we do is we are partners of AWS, that is Amazon Web Service. So as partners of AWS, we ensure we get you as a student on board. So once we train you day one, you come for the workshop, we get you on board. From cloud computing to cybersecurity, you can get advanced. And these certificates are extremely marketable. Currently, we have over 5 million shortage of skills straight up just in cybersecurity. Think about that. Within the continent, we're looking at 1.2 million. And some of these skills, you don't have to do, once you do your cybersecurity course, you get certified, you don't have to leave the continent. You can work virtually. You don't have to compromise the quality of your life, because obviously we love the fresh food, the fresh air. We want to stay with our families. You can make money right from where you are. Just make sure you have your internet, make sure you're marketing yourself. And this is where personal branding comes in. You get on LinkedIn, build a nice profile, and clients will come. I have some very good questions I can see here. Copilot, ChatGPT, Canva, Perplexity, Gamma, but limited as I'm still on free. I would say, I would really, really urge you, the $20 that you spend on ChatGPT could be the most precious money you spend in a month. It's super different. It doesn't mean that you can't start going with the free platform, but every day I see the improvement that is coming up with the paid platform, from integration of so many tools to automation of processes. Do your best. Just try. Secure that $20. I think I have a lot of people that are joining us on this platform from Botswana. In a case of those who are in Botswana, it's about 280 Pula. Just try to see whatever sacrifices you can make within the month and pay the $20. It is a world of difference, from doing your research to learning, upskilling yourself. There's literally so much you can do with ChatGPT. Other platforms are pretty good. Cloud is good. I use Perplexity and I've actually never paid for it. I've seen the free platform on Perplexity. You can upload PDF. This is what I do when I have a huge project to do. Like recently, there was a huge project from EU, but I needed to understand, should I spend my 2 weeks working on this project? It was actually a tender. So what did I do? I created my project portfolio on ChatGPT and I uploaded, there were more than 10 different PDFs from that tender. So I uploaded all these PDFs and then I sat down to have a conversation with my ChatGPT, where I said, just be very critical and I want you to be very honest. And guess what? Do you know AI works best when you're so hard on it? I'll go like, there's no room for mistakes. I'm going to punish you. I will not be working with you anymore if you make a single mistake. I want you to pretend to be the best strategist you can ever be. My company, I'll put the website there. This is Destination Imagination. We'll be doing a lot of projects. We're doing a lot of training. We are so aligned with this project. But what they're asking for, I don't think we can win this. I'm not sure we can win this tender. Can you advise me? So when you go to Perplexity on that question, Perplexity will even cite to affirm, I gave you this feedback based on some research that was done by a UB student 2024, and they saw that when your financials are not like this, when your PPDB is not done, when your tax certificate, you're not getting anywhere. Don't do this project. Or something like, when we looked at your impact report, when you looked at your theory of knowledge, you're not aligned. Don't do this. So imagine how much time that saves you. And literally, you're just going to sit at most, give it 30 minutes. 30 minutes, you'll know. Do I need to do this project? Now, let's assume you see you're aligned and you need to do the project. It's the same platform that's going to give you a world class proposal. World class. Now, this is what I do. Once I do my world class proposal with Perplexity, I'll pass it on to two or three other platforms and ask ChatGPT, what do you think about this proposal? What could we change? So assume you're the person who is reviewing this tender. Would you pass it? Would you give me any marks on this? Or would you do you think this is relevant? Do we need this right now? Should I proceed and focus on this, or this is not necessary? So you can ask. Remember, this is a tool. A human will get tired when you keep on asking so many questions. But this is AI. You can ask any question that you need and you get feedback real time. So I urge you, even a business proposal, even something that you're contemplating, does my business need this? Which is also another thing that one of the reviews we do when students come for a workshop. As much as we emphasize on automation, if your infrastructure, you've not put in systems in place, even AI won't do for you. Let's say you're running a little supermarket, Asimausu, like we call them in Botswana, but you don't do your stock take. You don't know how many loaves of bread you sell in a week. Those little basics, if you're not doing them, AI will not come and count for you from the shelves. So you really need to make sure that you're also well organized, right? So the tools won't do until you do. I've seen it. We use Monday.com, and this is something else that CEOs should note. Um, at some point, I forgot sort of, or I assumed that once we get new people, straight up they would use Monday.com, which is our project management system. But I realized I'm struggling to get the team use it. Why? Because I skipped the part of training them. So you have a world-class platform, but you've not trained people. If you don't train them, they don't know the use cases, they're not going to use it. So it's not serving anyone. It's not helping. Yet it has an inbuilt CRM. It has an inbuilt event management portal. It can do basic accounting. It's a brilliant product. But the use cases, we're not exploring them. Thank you, thank you. Allow me to get into, I see some questions. Thank you, Okaone, joining us from Botswana. I see we have quite a number of questions from Seno. Hey, Moss, please explain AI agency or agent. Yes. Now, let me see how, should I go deep on this? Okay. Now, AI agent. This is essentially a modern consulting and implementation firm. That is when, once you call it, you start an agency. You can start your AI agency that is serving so many. I'll first explain what is an AI agency, and then I'll explain what is an AI agent, right? So an AI agency, they're actually becoming very popular. Everyone is starting one. And guess what? There are so many, think about it, like from doing this workshop, it brings in a lot of questions from the community. So it keeps on building and building other projects and products. Currently, we've had so many questions from your world class CEOs that we assume the CEO knows how to automate processes. This could be a CEO for a big parastatal. So they don't know the use cases. They don't know exactly what do we do with this digital transformation. So they want a tailor-made sort of a lesson. They want you to customize for them, right? So that you can literally, then they don't want to come into a workshop with 30, 40 people. They don't have the time. But you can create their specific courses and tailor make them so they can learn on their own, right? Now, besides that, we're also getting a lot of people that are now starting their own AI agencies. And if you start your own AI agents, there are so many multiple income streams from training those CEOs to creating chatbots for them. We have so many people that literally want to do it for me. They don't want to do because they don't have time, or there's also a lot of tech phobia that's still happening. So it's something that you could look into and create for them. So with this, You can automate, if you create an agency, you can help automate repetitive tasks. You can analyze and predict threats. So you'll get to know this is what it's selling right now. So I need to focus on that. You can personalize customer service experiences, which is critical. Sometimes we have big corporates that are constantly marketing this and that, but you can create for them chatbots that can help them. Help, especially banks, people would appreciate the customer journey and their chatbots that can make it their experience much easier. And obviously, you can boost revenue. So you can build AI driven marketing funnels and smart lead systems. You can train teams and executives, the CEOs, to adopt AI for decision making and innovation. Right now, we have AI. I've built an AI, one of my GPTs, which is my boardroom team. And I even gave them names. Of course, I have the human boardroom team, but I also have my AI agent boardroom teams. And each one of them, there's a HR manager, there's an accountant who tells me, no, we're not spending money on this and that. Let's first review or let's do this and that. There's a digital marketing executive who tells me, no, I don't think this project is very well done. I don't think this product should get on Facebook. I think this is good for B2B. Let's first focus on LinkedIn. That tells me this, yes, we can put on Instagram, but this is a B2B product. That tells me, no, we can't spend this budget. We need first to try and see, does the local market want it? Let's first put it on the email marketing. Let's see how many people will come back to us. So the core services of a world-class AI agency, from AI strategy and consulting, that's something that you can sell to people. AI automation systems from Zapier. I hope most of you know Zapier. It's one of the most popular tools that you use for funnels, ChatGPT, to custom AI and bots, to AI content creation, AI training and capacity building, and data intelligence. And actually, data now is becoming quite a thing. So when you talk about getting to build that, you're going to build everything still using the same chat gpts I'm talking about. You'll use AI. Just make it your friend. Just make it a habit that you can ask it anything. Whatever you're feeling you're stuck with, right? So you can create yours. I've created my mini ones that I use strictly just on the paid ChatGPT, and they serve me. They help me. Once I built an AI agent. I input all the information. So, like for the HR one, I'll put all my HR policies, I'll put all my contract. You have to feed it, put all the PDF documents, and then obviously tell it. You have to be very clear on advising it on what to do. So if I tell my AI agent, you're going to help me, I'm on a recruitment, we need to hire 5 people, and these are their skill sets. So help me come up with a world class contract, basing it on Botswana law. And also help me on how much should I pay on this job description. Can you actually create the job description and make it very clear? Can you even make it much better? So there's so many different use cases. So the next time I'm having dispute with employee X, I just get back on my AI agent because it knows it has been fed, it retains the memory. So I don't have to start all over again. I'll quickly ask, we're having a dispute on this, and that. Can you be fair and reasonable and be objective? How should I sort out this issue? I hope that makes sense. I'm appreciating the questions. Please keep asking. We have Desire Mogosaone. Very want to create a website without breaking my pocket. Desire, you can create a website. I would give you to create a world class website, maximum 4 hours. And you don't need to learn how to code. Please get on Lovable. I love Lovable. Um, Lovable creates a world class, much better website. Gamma, I do it for creating little mini websites, but you can WhatsApp me. I can show you what I've created with Gamma and what I've created with Lovable. But it's super awesome. It's super easy. And you can actually create with both Gamma and Lovable with the free platforms. You don't even have to pay for it. Obviously, there are better use cases when you pay for it. I think I've been using Gamma for 3 years now. I could be one of the early adopters when Gamma was launched. It's growing quickly. It has advanced that you can even embed videos. You can actually, if you pay for it, which I've never paid for it, I just create a lot of tools. I think I create tools with Gamma every day from little proposals to somebody wants to understand a concept. Some of you have signed up for a course. The tool I sent you for you to understand what this course about, it's built with Gamma AI. I've never paid for it. Literally, what I do is I share the link. Once I share the link that I use, which is something else I need you to understand to create extra income, I work because I love the digital space. So I'm always online. I post on LinkedIn literally every day. I've been struggling with Facebook, but now I'm on a 90 days challenge to make sure that I can post every day. It's a struggle, but I'm getting there. But for our companies, that's given. We post every day because we schedule content. Once you schedule content once in a week, you don't have to be there posting every day. That's what we're talking about, automation of processes. Because it can be a lot of work. But now if you spare, you say, my Saturday morning, I sit and create content for the entire week. I struggle with that because I love LinkedIn and I'm very sort of spontaneous. I love going with the flow. How am I feeling today? So that's my commitment, which takes me like 20 to 30 minutes because obviously I use AI to create my content. But since I'm noisy, I do a lot of content creation. I have a lot of followers. On LinkedIn alone, I have 37,000 plus followers. So with my 37,000 followers, what do I get? I can post my links as an affiliate partner for this product that I'm using. So every time I post something, and then at the comment section, I would put the link because obviously you don't put the link at the caption because that makes your content not do well. That's a whole lesson. I think I've created another video on how to use and leverage on LinkedIn. So once you click on my tool, I get 200 points. That's from Gamma. Straight up, I get 200 points. So usually my Gamma, the maximum you get on Gamma is 2,000, which now I've written to them on, can I be your affiliate partner? Can you start paying me money? Because I have too many points. I don't need them. And you get paid money. Some platforms will pay you 25%, others 50%. Most of them it's between 10, 25, 50. But it costs you so little. First look at it like you've supported somebody. You're helping somebody. That is the most important part. You're assisting somebody. Let money be a byproduct because it's still gonna come. So that's desire. So desire, you can do that. I'll also strongly encourage you to come on the 7th. That's Friday next week, which is going to be our last workshop for 2025. And we'll obviously talk about train you on how to also come up with your strategies for 2026. We also have curated thought leaders that we give you links. We give you a whole database on these are the best courses for you to work on. These are the best thought leaders that you can follow, be it on LinkedIn or YouTube. As you know it, we have snake called businessmen. Not every person you see online that's very authentic or is telling you what you really need to hear. Some people are just generally out to hype things. You've seen them. Some will tell you you're gonna make 1 million within 30 days. And I just go like, if it was that easy, we could all be doing it. So Chanda Piwa, I love your name. Can the Gamma website be linked to a personal? Yes, you can link to a personal domain. What you do, get on Gamma on top there once you publish. When you go to publish your website, you see the links that ask you, do you want to pay for a domain on this? Then you get there and you can publish your domain. I'm happy to look at your Gamma product. It's super nice and easy if you don't make it too busy. Because then I love using Gamma on my phone, and you know it. A lot of people literally look at our products on their smartphones. So it's you need to make it user friendly, smartphone user friendly. So don't put a lot of content. Link it on your website, and you can keep on sharing that link. And when you put it on a domain, you'll be able to see every time somebody gets on your website, which is it's a very nice feeling. You'll get to know, is this product selling or people are not interested. So happy to see so many people from Botswana. Well done, well done. Any other question? I'm happy to respond. Just so you know, please get online. The digital economy has a lot of wealth for all of us, and educate others on what you know. There's so much learning by teaching. When you teach, you learn. Share, be willing to share. and start monetizing your skill. If you don't have any, it's super easy now to learn. When we create, we claim we don't have time. It's about priorities. I usually do a lot of my courses. I prefer doing audio ones so that when I'm driving around doing some other errands, I'm listening. When I'm doing my morning walk, I'm listening. I'm in class, I'm learning. So create time. We can create, we can amass wealth, we can get security. We can also create that freedom, financial freedom, literally from digital platforms. And what I love so much about my love for digital platform, I love to travel. So I don't like being at one place for long. And this is what drove me into looking at a business that I can travel and make money. That all I need as I travel is my charged laptop and Wi-Fi. I'm done and make money. Have my AI agents that are helping me get the job done. But it's important also to create employment. You may not be able to do everything alone. It's nice to have people, but you can create your own job within the digital economy. Thank you. Thank you so much. We look forward to seeing you on Friday. It's going to be fun. We're going to have a super awesome networking session. The networking session will be after 4. The session will start strictly at 9. It's going to be marathon. Please come ready to learn. We're going to have a lot of fresh lemon water because you'll need to hydrate the entire day. Please come with your laptop. If you don't have a laptop, we have, I think, 2 or 3 people that have said they don't have a laptop, but they have their smartphones. Come with your smartphone. We blend in our technical skills with soft skills. So it's project based learning. And by the end of the day, you must have created something. You must have created at least a little website. You must have learned how to use Canva. And obviously, we do peer to peer education where you're teaching others. Soft skills are critical. So within the training, we make sure that we're practicing our communication skills, critical thinking, creativity, collaboration. And then we also invite investors. So this time, for those who know Dr. Faza, who is Botswana President Envoy, Presidential Advisor, will be joining us. He's a very seasoned businessman. He helps a lot of people. Come with your proposal, come with your business cards. And just within us, also, we share business cards. When we are done, if we are able to finish by 3, then we have time to pitch to each other. You pitch what you were working on the entire day, and you pitch your other personal business idea, and you interact with others, right? So it's so important that we build that habit of networking, pitching to investors, and making sure that we can scale up and talk to people who are talking about billion-dollar investments. We also need to be in those corridors of discussing such projects. Thank you. Thank you. Lovely meeting you all. And thank you so much for a very good turn up. We have quite a lot of people on this platform. And please network with us. If you need any of our free courses, just put on the comment section. I will send them to you. Just you can use also my WhatsApp number, which is +267 766 48400. There is one last question. Can you use more than one AI tool for your website? Yes, you can, and you should. You should. You know what you realize? Everybody is building their own apps. So like for instance, we use several platforms. You have to link them up. So you might find like our main website, Lovable, or we have another traditional. We have quite a number of other traditional websites we've done before the wave of AI. I'll put my link. I'll put my Gamma link on that website because sometimes it's just a product that I need to add. So yes, indeed, you can use several tools, and you can also use an app. So you might want to put an app that you've created on your website because it's much easier for people to access it. So yes, you're very much encouraged to do that. And most important, I encourage you all, please, just it's practice, practice, practice makes perfect. Don't worry, it may not be good the first one, but just start. The important thing is start and start now. Thank you and see you on Friday. Goodbye.